This is my first video lesson for Unit 9, Nuclear Chemistry. In this lesson, we'll be analyzing isotope. Take a moment to download the class packet from my website and go to page 3. Learning target. At the end of the lesson, I'll be able to analyze the similarities and differences among isotopes. Homework will be number 1, which will be a Junipod based off this lesson. Isotopes are atoms of the same element that have different number of neutrons or mass number. Just to review, this is a chemical notation. X is the element. On the top left is the mass number. Mass number is the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. Isotopes of the same element can have similarities and differences. Here are the similarities. They have the same number of electrons, the same number of protons, they're the same atomic number, they have some similar chemical properties and similar physical properties as well. For differences, they have different number of neutrons, different mass number, and some isotopes are radioactive. Here I have 3 nuclei. To figure out what element this is, we have to figure out how many protons are in each nucleus. Since there's 6 protons in each nucleus, this is the element carbon. Isotope notation is the same as chemical notation. To write the chemical notation, we need the element symbol, atomic number, and mass number. The symbol of carbon is C, the atomic number is 6. To determine the mass number, we must determine the number of neutrons in the nucleus. This nucleus has 6 neutrons, therefore the mass number is 12. This is the isotope notation or chemical notation of this nucleus. Another way we can write this is the hyphen notation. This is C12. You write the element symbol, then a dash, then the mass number. Another form is carbon 12. You write the name of the element, then a dash, then the mass number. This is the format of the hyphen notation. For this nucleus, it has 7 neutrons. Therefore, the mass number is 13. This is the isotope notation. For the hyphen notation, this would be C13 or carbon 13. In this nucleus, there are 8 neutrons. Therefore, the mass number is 14. This will be the isotope notation. And for the hyphen notation, this is C14 or carbon 14. Learning check number 1. Which symbol represents atoms that are isotopes? Pause the video and resume once completed. Isotopes are atoms with the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. So you're expecting the same element but different mass number. So the only one that has that is choice 2. Learning check number 2. Which substance has chemical properties similar to those of the radioactive 235U? Pause the video and resume once completed. The answer is choice 3. Because it's the same element, it will have the same valence electrons, therefore it will have similar chemical properties. Check of understanding number 1. Use the above notations to complete the table below. The first one is done as an example. Try to do this yourself. Pause the video and resume once you complete it. So let's go over this. The first one is H3. So the number of protons is 1. Because 1 is the atomic number of hydrogen, the number of neutrons is the mass number minus the number of protons. So 3 minus 1 is 2. The first hyphen notation will be H3. The second hyphen notation will be hydrogen 3. In the next example, we have the atomic number is 10. Therefore, the atom is neon. The mass number will be 10 plus 11, which is 21. This is the isotope notation. For the hyphen notation, will be Ne-21. And for the second hyphen notation, will be neon-21. In the next example, we're given the hyphen notation Cl-37. So the isotope notation will be this. The number of protons will be 17 because that's the atomic number of chlorine. And the number of neutrons will be 37 minus 17, which is 20. The second hyphen notation will be chlorine-37. For the next example, we're given the hyphen notation potassium-42. So the isotope notation will be K42. The number of protons is 19. Number of neutrons is 23. 42 minus 19 is 23. the hyphen notation will be K-42. In the last example, we're given the isotope notation of oxygen. The number of protons oxygen have is 8. The number of neutrons is 18 minus 8, which is 10. So the first hyphen notation will be O-18, and the second notation will be oxygen-18. Now try to complete the table. Pause the video and resume once completed. Here are the answers. So this concludes the video lesson. Remember to do the Junopod homework.